Hey, Dave Cad. I really wanted to do that thing where you like the way that you spin in your camera, but I can't do it with the webcam. I don't think I could even do it with my tripod. It doesn't work that way. I don't know how you do that every time. Anyway, you did a video where you looked at this blog topic generator webpage, which, by the way, the link in your desk is broken. You have two HTTPs, you silly boy. And you talked about 5 random topics. So I'm going to go ahead and I see that there are different categories, and I'm kind of scared of a few of them, but I'm just going to leave it on all, and if I get a bad one, I'll just cut it out and you won't know the difference. So, all right, first topic, what movies to watch alone in the dark? Well, somewhat coincidentally, Carter and I just talked about The Ring on our most recent podcast because that's one of the scariest movies that I've ever watched. And before anyone who's watching this says, like, that movie's not scary, okay, I was 17 when I saw it. It was after midnight, and I was in my basement in the dark. If you think that you could, as a 17-year-old, watch that movie in the dark by yourself and be perfectly fine afterwards, you might want to see a psychiatrist. And another movie I have a memory of watching in the dark. I have a very particular memory. I don't know if you realize this about me, but I cry a lot. Like, Carter and I have talked about it on the podcast, so it's not that much of a secret. But like, if I watch a Harry Potter movie that has a emotional scene in it, I'm gonna end up crying. And I don't remember being like that, or at least allowing myself to be like that, until I was probably around 18 or 19, like right at the end of high school, beginning of college. And one of the first movies I remember renting from Netflix that I watched in the dark, I don't know why, was Road to Perdition. And if you've never seen that movie, first of all, it's rated R, so make sure you're old enough. Without giving anything away, the ending of that movie will destroy you. It is... it's devastating for all the right ways. It's a Sam Mendes movie. He made American Beauty. It's a very, very good movie. It stars Tom Hanks and Paul Newman, and I forget who the kid is, and Jude Law. And the ending of that movie is tragically horrible. And I just remember being in the dark in my bedroom, just weeping like a little girl. All right, next topic. The Egyptian fish god named Rem. Okay, I said I was going to cut things out and you wouldn't know the difference, but I'm going to leave that one in because nope, not doing that. Okay, beer pong. All right. I don't have that much experience with beer pong. I didn't live on college campus. I didn't live on my campus when I went to college. I commuted. I don't want to edit this video, so I'm just going to leave that in. And I remember once being at someone's house, and I knew how to play beer pong. I knew what it was, but there's this particular variation. I'm going to Google it right now, called Iron Cross. Iron Cross beer pong. Okay, maybe it's not a real thing, but it's got to be. There's no way that someone just made this up. It was too cool. It was an interesting game. It was actually an interesting variation on beer pong. For those of you who don't know, beer pong is you typically set up 6 plastic cups with a little bit of beer in them, and then you stand at opposite ends of a table that's like 10 feet wide or something, and you try and throw a ping pong ball into the other person's cups, and if you get it in, they have to drink that cup. So, it's a drinking game. Iron Cross requires 4 people on each team, and you put, I'm going to do it in the air, cup here, cup here, cup here, cup here, cup here. So you have 5 cups lined in a cross. You take claim to one of the outside cups, and the other 3 members on your team take one of the other ones. And then those each get like the normal beer pong amount, like a little bit. And then the center cup gets, like, maybe not full, but at least half, much more than the regular cups. And when an opposing team member throws a ping pong ball into your cup, you drink, and then you put the cup back and you fill it up again. I don't remember how you actually end this game. You probably end by passing out. I don't know. But if someone throws it in the middle cup, this was the most interesting part. You had to down your cup. You had to grab your cup, drink, and then play flip cup. And that's flip cup is I feel weird explaining all these things because I'm such not an alcohol guy. Flip cup, you put the cup upside down on the edge of the table, and then you flick it up with your finger to try and get it to land right side up. And you keep doing that until one person on your team is the only person left doing it. That person has to drink the center cup. And it probably ended like after you got the center cup 5 times or something. I don't remember. And Google didn't help me with any kind of rules or standardization of Iron Cross anyway. So, all right, television series that have gone bad. Huh. This is interesting. I'm the kind of guy who, like, when I get into a topic or I get into an artist or a show or a creative force of some kind, I really want to like know everything they've done. Like, I know way, way too much about Penn and Teller. I know way too much about Joss Whedon. I've watched every show of his. I haven't finished the last season of Buffy. I know what's wrong with me. But anyway, there's one series that I watched for a very long time that last year I just stopped watching and I haven't gone back, and I can't say that I miss it. And that series is House. Starring Hugh Laurie. Brilliant series. I have the first season on DVD. It's out on my shelf. Next several seasons. Great, great, great. And not last year's season, but the one before that, I watched, and I watched it every week, and eventually I was just like, I'm just watching this because it's on. Like, it's not that much fun anymore. I didn't care about the secondary characters anymore because they got rid of all the original characters, and the new ones I didn't really care for except for Kal Penn, and they made him kill himself so that he could go work for the Obama White House. Weirdness. So I don't know if that show's gone bad, but that is the only show I know of that is still on that I used to watch that I no longer watch. That's the only one. All right, I'm going way too long on this. Topic 4. Relatives that give you the creeps. Number 4, early American jazz. See, I don't want to just like run. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Okay, I've skipped 3 so far. I'm bad. Xbox 360 or PS3? Both! 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 Why do you have to decide? Why does it have to be a competition? I've never understood this. I don't understand why you have to decide whether you're a fanboy of this or this or this. Each one has its advantages. Each one has its exclusive software. Each one has its reasons that you would own it. There were certain things about the 360 that I wish were better. I don't have a PS3, but if I did, there were certain things about that that I know that I wish were better, like it constantly getting hacked. I just saw that Sony disqualified like 65,000 accounts that they suspect of fraud or something this morning. Holy crap! But anyway, I hate this competition. I hate that for some reason one needs to be better than the other. And I think Nintendo, by the way, I don't know why they don't even have Nintendo in here. I think Nintendo gets a bad rap because they're in a different market. They're not trying to fit into this market, and they don't care. And people just dismiss Nintendo as like a kid's brand, but they're not. And I hope that they don't go the way of Sega. I hope that they don't ever discontinue their hardware. I love my Game Boy. I still play my DS. Like, every time I'm bored, it's just sitting by my couch, and I pick it up and play Puzzle Quest, or I have Picross 3D. I have Professor Layton. I still haven't beaten the most recent Professor Layton. It's a really good system, and I got rid of my Wii just because I didn't play it, but it wasn't because I didn't like the software. It was just because the console's, it's not even in HD. Come on. But anyway, Xbox 360 versus PS3, stupid, stupid debate. And finally, cutting people in line. I watched the most recent season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he went on this little rant to someone because they did this thing that I see happen. I work in a food store, and I see this happen, and I've probably I've probably done it myself in my time, but he called it a chat and cut. And what a chat and cut is when you see someone that you know ahead of you in line, like at an event or in a store or whatever, and you walk up to them and you're like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my gosh, how are the kids? Blah 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 blah." And then you just like you just dissolve into the line. And the people in back of you, this is Larry David, called him out. He's like, "What are you doing? How are you doing the chatting cut?" But yeah, that's cutting people in line. That's the way you want to do it. You got to find someone you know and just kind of slip in there like, "Oh, you don't mind? Yeah, just get right in front of you. It's okay." So that's my 5 topics. Oh my God, how did I get to 10 minutes already? Ah! Dave, it was nice. I'm gonna have to go.